So as the bear market seems to come towards an end and the bull market may be within a year away, a lot of people are starting to question where should they be looking to invest their money, what are some good avenues to take, and what could be a rather safe way to make some actual pretty substantial gains in the next bull market. Well, in my last live stream, I told you all my exact strategy and that there was one avenue that I was taking that I think is always the play coming out of a bear market, and that's investing into new, younger layer ones. Now, not all of them are going to succeed, but oftentimes the layer ones are some of the ones that really see a lot of growth, from being maybe a couple hundred million to up into the $1 to $3 billion market cap range. And so because of that, if you can find good ones, well then obviously there's a lot of potential there. So in today's video, I do have a layer one for you that I wanted to introduce you to. They are sponsoring today's video, full disclosure, but they are one that I personally have invested in because I do believe that they are a part of that community that could see a lot of growth. And so I wanted to share that with you all today. Now we're actually going to be talking about Everscale. They've had a lot of news recently. Of course, they did get a huge investment from a pretty strong venture capitalist fund, which not many people are getting right now. And so I wanted to share all of the details about it that I thought were interesting and help you make a decision on whether or not it's something that you want to check out or not. So with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's head to the computer and get into today's video. All right, so let's start off with what Everscale is as a whole. So Everscale is a scalable smart contract based platform that is able to process 100,000 transactions per second with sharding, dynamic multi-threading, and low gas costs. Now, this does help again with low gas costs, which is important. It also helps with scalability, and it helps with transaction speeds. All three of those are things that are absolutely necessary for widespread adoption, and that is something we've seen some of the older layer ones struggle with. And so what they're doing is they're kind of building on the shoulders of some of those other older layer ones that were missing out on certain aspects of their ecosystem, and then using that to press forward into the future of crypto. So Everscale aims to become the backbone for high load applications with real use cases, as well as to be a hub connecting all popular blockchains together. Its fast-growing ecosystem includes all kinds of dApps, exchanges, bridges, non-custodial wallets, and GameFi applications. So overall, they are creating a massive ecosystem, and it's already in development. You know, I've seen a lot of these different layer ones that come out that say we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. But the difference here is that Everscale is actually doing it. So what we can do is we can go to their website and we can just look here at all of the different aspects of their ecosystem, from the exchanges that they're listed on to the partnerships that they have to the different dApps that have been built and the different platforms that have been built on chain already. And it's massive. Let's talk about some of the ones that they have already. So they have Everscan, which is basically acts kind of like a BSC scan or an Ether scan, in which you can keep track of on-chain transfers. They also have the Everspace wallet, which is a non-custodial multi-chain crypto wallet in which you can store a bunch of different cryptos on, including Ever, of course. Further than that, they have Everboard, which is Everscale tokens radar. And what this is it kind of allows you to see what's trending, what are some new cryptos everyone's talking about, what are people excited about, and what are some different opportunities in the crypto space that you might not have heard of yet. They have like top gainers, top losers, new tokens. You can see, of course, the trade volume and a bunch of different things. And if you want to create a token, you can do all of that through Everboard. It's kind of like an onboarding ramp as well. Now, going forward, they have Eversurf, which is the most trusted Everscale browser for DeFi and NFT, in which it kind of acts like a web browser that you can use for anything related to Everscale, which is something that you don't really see that often, especially for something new like Everscale is. Going further, they have the EverKit. Now, this is a pretty cool thing, especially if you are a fan of Everscale, and this kind of keeps you up to date on everything Everscale related. Of course, some news articles, your current rate, statistics, coin information. You can learn the basics of Everscale for newcomers with this little tab right here. They have a bunch of different things in which you can see what's coming up, what's coming forward in the news, all of this different stuff, and it's all built on chain. And like I said, you don't see this amount of stuff on new cryptos that often. If we do look at coin market cap here, it's only at a $275 million market cap, considering the fact that we have seen some of these things get to $2, $3, $4, $5 billion. I wouldn't say it's unreasonable to say that this has, 10, 15x potential. Not to say that it's definitely going to do that, but in the middle of a bull market, layer ones typically can see billions of dollars flow into them, and I do believe Everscale is including themselves in that conversation at the least. Now, as we mentioned before, Venom Ventures does agree. This company invested $5 million in Everscale as a part of their development for the team's expansion. This will also aid in accelerating their ongoing projects based on how they make their progress over time. Venom Ventures fund partners are already working on their expansion and blending their tech solutions in Asian nations over the last couple of years while making their community robust. Now, mind you, Venom Ventures fund is not small. This is a $1 billion fund that have have people on the team that have worked for BlackRock. Matter of fact, the ex-CIO of BlackRock works with Venom Ventures Fund. So it just goes to show that there is a lot of credibility. And if this is a $1 billion fund investing millions of dollars into a company, it's at least worth checking out, in my opinion. In regards to this investment, they said that this is a milestone for both the Everscale and Venom networks. The technological capabilities of Everscale are immense, but they have been underappreciated by a wider audience. Now, Everscale will be able to operate as an experimental network where updates and complex technical solutions can be introduced before they are brought to Venom. This investment will allow Everscale to gain the recognition that it deserves. And so whenever you have a company that is a $1 billion company, $1 billion fund that is creating their own blockchain saying that, yeah, we want to work with Everscale and use the technology that they have because it's so good and it deserves more recognition, obviously who could we be to just simply ignore that, right? And so whenever I look at this, whenever I think about where this thing has the capability of going, I would say, yeah, it very well, will it be 100x, 200x? It's hard to gauge. Of course, it depends on the size of a bull market because, yeah, it's not impossible to say that it could get to the top 20, but even in a realistic sense, hitting $1 billion, hitting $2 billion market cap isn't unrealistic, especially as we mentioned before, with the amount of development on chain that they have going on. Think about something like Phantom. Think about something like Avalanche. Those are very similar platforms to this one, and they saw absolutely substantial growth, especially in terms of size compared to where this is right now. And so when I look at this personally, I do think that there's a lot of potential here, and I'm sure you guys would agree. If you guys do want us to talk even more about what all they have going on, what are some of the things that are coming forward, what are some of the different aspects of their ecosystem, of course, do let us know down in the comment section below, but that's Everscale as a whole. So overall, you guys know I don't do a lot of talking about young cryptos on the channel as much as I used to. I'm really just focused on the top 10 because they are just what we need to be focused on right now. But every now and then I will throw in a couple of these smaller cryptos that I believe have a lot of potential. And if you guys do enjoy that, please let me know in the description below. As I did mention, this is one that sponsored today's video, but I was already invested into them prior to that. There is so much potential here, and I just wanted to share it with you, and I hope you did enjoy. But if you did enjoy, you can always let me know easily and simply by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel if you are new. And I will see you all next time. Peace.